Stereophonics and handbags and glad rags. Well, when you're sitting at your desk at work, or you're struggling around the supermarket, or fighting through the commuter crowd, do you ever think, I really want an adventure? Do you ever dream about just giving it all up and getting on your motorbike? That's if you've got one. Don't get on your motorbike if you haven't got one. Getting on your motorbike, driving off into the distance. Well, that's what Dan Skeates from Chelmsford has done. He gave up his job of 22 years and he went, well, whenever the mood took him, really. I caught up with him yesterday, and believe me, it was quite hard to catch up with him. I caught up with him yesterday and asked him where he was.
I'm in northeast India, in the mountain town of Darjeeling.
Now, where have you travelled through up to now?
OK, I left England early April, so I've been away 6 months. I travelled down through Europe, across the Alps, down the Dalmatian coast, so through Croatia and Bosnia, until I got to Albania. And I hung a little bit of a left turn, travelling through Greece, Turkey. I did Georgia, Armenia, Iraq, and then through Iran, Pakistan, India, Nepal, and now back in India. So,
wow,
quite a list.
You travelled, yeah, quite a list. You travelled through Iran. What was that like, travelling through Iran?
Well, Iran is a really trodden path for overlanders for many years. It's a great country to travel in. The people are wonderful. Everyone wants to engage with you, offer to buy you food and drink, and take you home and put you up for the night. They are, along with other countries in the region, phenomenally hospitable and friendly.
So you didn't have any trouble in Iran?
No trouble in Iran, no trouble in Iraq. I was in Iraq about 4 weeks prior to the start of the current problems that they've got there. No problems in Pakistan, although that is fraught with problems ongoing. So, I'm here in Darjeeling in one piece.
I thought in Pakistan the police guarded you for most of the time.
They did. I entered Pakistan through the Iran border, and I had a police escort for probably 90% of the time I was in the country. Anything between 3, 4, 5, up to 10 armed guards at any one time.
So was that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it was great. They kept me safe. Yes, I would have loved to have wandered free for the whole 6 weeks I was in Pakistan, but having someone protect you in areas that are very dangerous, there aren't many overlanders doing or crossing Pakistan at the moment for a few different reasons. So, it's really nice that the government took care of me.
So have you got a plan for your journey, or are you just planning to carry on until you don't want to do it anymore?
I have a website that's called Destination Unknown, because I don't know where I'm going to end up. And my plan is as simple as I keep heading east, and that's what I will be doing over the next few days, getting back on my bike and heading east again.
Heading east. What's the most surprising place you've been to so far?
Oh, the most surprising? Well, probably the most surprising place was Iraq. Surprising because they were so free and willing to let me enter the country when, I'm not going to say no other tourists go there, but there certainly aren't very many tourists going there. Yeah. And the welcome I got from the people were just tremendous. Their curiosity, their offer of help, just amazing. The Kurdish people, because I was in northern Iraq, the Kurdish people are just wonderful. And very, very engaging.
And Dan, what made you decide just to give up work and take your motorbike and ride? What made you do it?
Well, I've always liked travel. I travelled when I was a teenager and in my early 20s. I settled down for a number of years. My kids are now 20 and 21. And I always knew through that middle period when I wasn't travelling and I was being the family man that I would travel again one day. So this period of travel has been in my mind for many years, let's put it that way, and
Was it a hard thing to do, or was it something you've been looking forward to?
It was something I've always looked forward to, and I knew I was going to do it, even though the process of leaving and giving up your regular life with your job and your house and everything else was fraught with stress in the final few months.
Glad you did it?
Oh, I'm loving every minute of it. Yes, I'm really enjoying it.
And where to next?
Next, I've got a really interesting one. Burma, now called Myanmar. I'm with a group of 10 other bikers who are going to cross Burma into Thailand. And this is new. people haven't been doing this probably for longer than a year now. Obviously, Burma was under quite a regime for many years, and they're opening the country up. So I'm certainly not the first, but I'm one of the few who are being able to or being allowed to cross, let's get it right, with many permits and many restrictions, to cross Burma into Thailand. So that will happen at the end of the month.
Missing the family at all?
I can't start to describe how I miss them. My daughter flies out to Thailand in just over 1 month to spend six weeks with me in Thailand, and I'm hoping my son will follow shortly after.
Dan Skeates from Chelmsford there. So would you consider doing something like it, maybe not as extreme?